What is up, guys, and welcome to another episode of Down South Adventures. I'm back over here at Jeffrey's with the Raptor, and today, I don't know if you can see it back here, we are going to be installing the Pelsee P12 Pro Max dash cam into the Raptor. Now, you've seen a version of this before in our Jeep Bella, but they've redone some things and they've changed how you hook it up to your vehicle. So this is gonna be kind of neat, so stay tuned. All right, guys, now we actually started to install this camera in the Jeep because Kim does need a new one, but then we realized it was gonna be a lot more work since her whole platform had to come out. So we have decided to put it in the Raptor. And for the Raptor, I actually bought this universal license plate mount. That's where we're gonna put the camera if we have enough wire. If we don't have enough wire in this box, we'll have to do it another way. All right, guys, so we're gonna pop this thing open. And remember, we have opened it before, so it's probably not gonna look exactly the same as if we were doing an original unboxing. Probably just threw some stuff. No, we actually did okay. So there's the OBD cable user guide, and that's what's gonna be really cool about this camera. In the past, you've seen us hook it to the fuse box to run the power. This is actually gonna plug straight into your OBD port. And this is a 12-inch 4K camera. It does come with your memory card, camera book, lighter plug, which we're not gonna use. Here is what we're gonna use. So this thing is gonna plug straight in to the OBD port. All right, and we're just hoping that we have enough wire to get where we need to get. Jeffrey seemed to think so. And then there's your GPS module. I'm not using that because I don't need you folks tracking me. I've got enough stuff tracking me. You got some puller tools.
There's like the universal mount.
Universal camera mount that I'll probably hook to my license plate. And a little sticky pad for it. So that's what you get. And this is like a little trim pull tool to help you tuck your wire. All right, so what we're doing now is we're trying to see how much camera wire we have. Because remember, this camera is gonna have to go from the rear view mirror all the way back to the bed. Yeah, but remember, you gotta go down and through.
Yeah.
You think we're gonna do it?
It's gonna be close, but I think it'll go.
All right, so you can see we're up here in front of the truck and he's back behind it with about a foot to spare, 2 foot. So yeah, we're gonna give it a try. This could really suck or it could work. So what's gonna be super cool about plugging this into the OBD port? Will this stay on all the time in that location?
It depends on which 2 pins those are.
So we're thinking these 2 pins that you see here are a power and a ground.
Or they may be ignition ground.
Yeah. So if it does stay on all the time, that's going to be great because it does have a security function where it detects movement and starts recording. So hopefully that is still active with this OBD port. So this is the universal tag mount, and we're just hoping that it has a provision that will hold this pretty large camera. So we'll see. All right, so he's looking over the camera and this universal holder. And again, it's universal, so it's not like
they're not
specific.
made to go together.
So Jeffrey's just seeing if he can get it
those
to
are the
work.
right size. All right. Let's get some tools. It's threaded, and the camera is threaded. So one of these has to be a through hole. So I'm going to drill this out to where the screws can slip through, and the camera can bolt in.
Gotcha. So we're having to do a little modification, but again, this part was like $9, so it's not like we're out a whole lot if we.
So I don't want to do that. Not today. There we go.
those have nuts for the other side?
No, that was the whole reason I had to drill them,
Gotcha.
because the camera itself is threaded.
That's why the ladies love Jeffrey. He's good with his fingers. Think it's gonna work?
Yeah, it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work.
I said, I just hope we have enough wire.
Now we should.
So one of the biggest things you battle online when talking about these cameras, everybody assumes that it's a backup camera, and that's absolutely not what it's for. Of course it helps when you're backing up, but this is to truly replace your rear view mirror. So instead of getting just a reflection of what's behind you that you can see out of a tiny square, you get a full 180-degree view of what's going on behind you. And so my favorite part about it is when, for instance, I see when I'm on the interstate and I can see, 3 lanes wide and things like that. It just gives you a much clearer picture of your blind spots. And again, that security monitoring, if you're leaving your vehicle parked everywhere, and then it records front and rear cameras. So if you're in an accident, you've got insurance proof. Uh-oh. I think I may have another one if you can't find it.
I've got it. I just gotta get it out.
But yeah, so these things have so many different uses. You ain't gonna be able to do that.
I was worried about that. You're clear.
Is it?
Yep.
All right.
All but
Still
barely.
works. If you set on it, is it gonna hit it?
No.
Nice. Nice.
The only thing I don't like is that wire across the top.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look the greatest, but it's fine, man. It's fine. Honestly, it's fine, dude. I'm not super worried about it.
You just know where to go with it.
Yeah, no worries, man. Just drop it through. It's like it was supposed to be there. We'll just pull it tight so it lays down and doesn't stick up to get caught on anything. You know what I'm saying? So, Jeffrey, what's the next step?
Next step's gonna be start pulling wire from the rear to the front.
And that's your favorite thing?
That's the best part.
So one thing Jeffrey's doing that it doesn't come with is he's gonna put some heat shrinks on it where the connections are, just to kind of keep water out and give it a little more protection. So you can get yourself a nifty little heat shrink set over there for whatever gauge you need. That probably came from Harbor Freight or Amazon. All right, guys, just wanted to show you this. So we were coming back here and we were gonna hook the camera up and just, start running wire. But you see this red wire here. So the camera does have I guess, power wire coming off of it. So we're gonna have to look at the instructions to see what the red wire is, to see if it needs to be constant power or what. Hoping it can
Power,
be
constant
like,
power, reverse light power.
yeah. So we think the red wire, according to the instructions, is a trigger for the reverse lights. And I don't need that because I'm not using this for a reverse camera. So what we're gonna do before we start running wire, and we didn't get that on video. That was a nice peel off.
It still needs to be clean.
Yeah, like I said, we opened it before. But so we're gonna go ahead and just plug this in to the OBD port. And see what it gets, because if I don't have to have that red wire hooked up, I'm not doing it, because I don't care what it triggers for reverse.
There, go back in.
So just real quick, when you just run the wire.
Insert a memory card.
So it did get power, and I'm sorry. And so what we're doing now is I have this end. So does have power.
You got the camera?
I don't, yeah, I've got, yeah, I see a rear camera. Yep, I see your hand.
All right, so the red wire's not hooked up.
All right, so you can see, it's still got a cover on the front camera, so that's why you're not seeing anything there. But you can see this back camera is, hold on. So there's the back camera. It's really, really crooked, but maybe that's the yard. But yeah, you can see Jeffrey's face. So yep, it's way clearer now than it was. I still have the cover on it as well. So guys, I'm probably not gonna hook that red wire up. I mean, I don't see that there's a reason to. So
Do we have a way to flip it?
hopefully in the settings maybe. Is there a setting somewhere? What's that do?
Take a picture.
Oh, got you. Camera settings. So you can get some menu here. Time lapse, rear view options, flip upside down, dash cam. Boom. Right side up now. Perfect.
You're not crooked either.
Right.
Look at how level the line of the house is.
Yep. Perfect. Perfect. So guys, with that being said, how cool is that? It's just plugged into my diagnostic. The other thing to note, the vehicle is not on. So this camera will be on all the time.
Now
So
how
yeah.
do we power off?
I'm not sure. Is there a power button on the top or the bottom? Right there. But I think I can leave this on in Guardian mode, right?
Maybe.
Okay, I'm gonna have to read the instructions.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And you can see if you didn't want to use it, it is a reflective lens. So you could use it as a mirror-ish.
Please
So you
insert
gotta-
a memory card.
We'll do it. So the cool thing, it does come with a memory card. So, all right, let's get this wire ran. All right, guys, I really wanted the parking mode since I travel so much to airports and different cities, and that's where the front and rear camera record everything. And so I was worried that I was gonna run my battery down with it plugged into the OBD. But if you look here, low voltage protection. If the voltage drops below 11.8 volts, depending on your vehicle specifications, the OBD cable will automatically cut power to the dash cam after 10 minutes to help protect your car's battery. So that's pretty cool. So hopefully there's nothing to worry about there. All right, so Jeffrey is now starting his long trek to the cab. What?
The zip ties?
Yep.
Are they right here?
They are over here, but I can move them to,
I'll take all of them.
or I can just give them all to you. There's one more. All right, so he's looking for a route to make it up to the front. I'll have him roll under there once he gets it up to kind of show you where he routed it on the truck. And when you guys are doing this, since this truck's made for jumping, just because I'm not doing it don't mean others won't. So make sure you put it somewhere that you're not getting caught up between moving pieces and things like that. All right, guys, so here's where we are.
I've still got to come at least to there.
Oh man, I don't think that is going to fucking make it. That is not gonna make it. Fuck. All right, guys, so we had to head to Walmart. So this is a 6-foot extension, male to female, USB-C. That's what we're gonna finish this with. Yeah, so what we're doing now is Jeffrey is sort of looking for a way into the cab. All right, guys, so there you can see his finger. Well, you used to see his finger in there, but there's a hole right there. So, great. How did you know that was gonna be there?
Is it forward?
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? All right, I can see the wire through. So guys, if you're wondering how to get up into your cab, there is a hole right under your floor mat. it was covered with some black tape.
Black tape.
And it's probably good to cover it again so that you're not getting debris and water from the road, right?
Yep.
So you can see right there, I'm just gonna put that black piece of tape back. Is that all the wire? You ran it all up?
Yeah, it's all up right now.
All right, cool. Because remember, folks, we need all the length we can get, just like in real life. All right, and this is kind of terrifying, but he's pulled the weather stripping down from around the door. And now we're gonna be taking off that A-pillar plastic. Just plugging that into the OBD. It has a little power module right there. I think he's just gonna
Zip tie to existing.
Is that the new wire we just bought?
No, I haven't even opened it yet. I think this one's gonna wind up somewhere. In the headliner.
Yeah.
So I may run the new one down as far as it'll go.
Yep, and plug it in there.
Plug it in somewhere in here.
Yep. So just gonna zip tie that and give it something to hold on to, because there's nothing worse than running stuff and then losing it.
Or the miles you drive, a rattle.
Yeah, for sure. Because I've got a rattle in the center of the dash right now that I have no idea what it is, and it drives me insane. I think it's that speaker that's unplugged in the center. And this is where that little trim tool could help you out when you're trying to move some of this fabric or some of this plastic. But it looks like Jeffrey's knocking it out with those fingers I was telling you about. So this is the cable we bought from Walmart. The one thing we didn't realize is how damn girthy that cable is. It's a chunky one for sure. But that's what hopefully going to give us our link to get to the camera. All right, so that's how it plugs in. And then he's plugging it in there. You gonna test it? You're gonna plug that into the OBD to test it?
It's already in.
I thought you unhooked the OBD.
It's already plugged back in.
Oh, gotcha. So this is gonna tell us if that cable works. And I think it works. There is the, oh, where is that memory card so we can get that thing in before we mount it?
There's a cleaning cloth.
All right, guys, we do have a cleaning cloth and we're definitely gonna need that. So it's a Pelsee branded memory card even. 64 gig, so that's not, it's, you know, they send you a decent sized card for this thing. So when you get that in, I'm sure you're gonna need to format it in the settings, but we'll do that. I'm gonna go around and Jeffrey's gonna get this thing mounted into the vehicle, and I'll try to get a good angle to show you what that looks like when it's on. There's two sizes, there's fat mirror and small mirrors. The Ford is a pretty fat mirror, so we may need to use those larger ones. We'll just have to check it out and see. All right, guys, so you don't have to make any modifications whatsoever to your mirror. So you can see my mirror there. Jeffrey is just going to slide that on.
Slide it up against the front camera.
And you've got these little pieces that you're gonna bring around and you're just gonna clip it to the other side. And I've used these cameras for years and years and years. They don't vibrate, they don't wiggle. These things hold them on super, super good. And you can see he's just gonna wrap it down the back side and then send it through those bottom clips. So it just sits over your normal mirror. And you can see the Ford mirror is a little bigger than it on this side because you do have to slide it over because there's a camera on the front side that has to be outside of the mirror. Does it look weird over there, Jeffrey?
No, from here you can't see the mirror.
Gotcha, okay, so it looks fine. All right, so that is on. Now we've just gotta run this stuff down and run it over.
When it was that short.
Oh man, that's how close it actually was. It could have made it. Could have made it.
No, I'd saved every bit of room we had.
So we just needed about 3 more inches. All right.
Please format the card.
So that was the
Formatting
screen
completed.
to format the card. So it automatically tells you to do it. Some of the ones in the past have not. So are you just able to do that by hand without pulling anything off?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool. So what he's doing is just running his finger along that, tucking that wire. So how much was that cable, Jeffrey? 10 bucks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the cable was 10 bucks. They had it at the local Walmart.
Recording started.
And I'm gonna go in and turn all the voice prompts and beeps off. So again, I didn't use the GPS sensor because I don't care about any kind of tracking. I don't care to see my speedometer, my speed limit on the screen. So we're gonna get this camera in. I'm gonna drive it around for a couple weeks and give you my impressions. Like I said, we've used Cartier, we've used Wolfbox, we've used Pelsee. God, we've used some other ones as well, Autovox. So I'm just gonna drive this thing around town and compare it to the other ones that I've used and let you guys know what I think. I will say that the OBD port, I think that's a cool touch.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes it super, super simple. If you're not putting this thing on a giant truck, you're gonna have plenty of cable for your camera, so you won't have to go out and do this Walmart USB cord hunt. But yeah, I like it. I do like the OBD2 port, and so far I think this is the first one that I've seen with that. So I'll use it and let you know what I think. So I am driving home. I just thought I would show you what this looks like while you're driving. So you can see how much, like it's super dark outside, but you can see how much visibility you actually have from that camera in the middle of the night. So you can see everything lit up back there. It's so much better than looking at your reflection in a glass. Not to mention if somebody's in the back seat or you're hauling stuff in the bed of the truck. Now I'm gonna be able to look out and see this all the time. Now I'm gonna play with the settings. I'm sure I can get that to go away over there, some of that anyway. And I didn't hook up the GPS, so that's why it's 0 miles per hour. But yeah, so much more visibility. So I just wanted to show you a little more of what you see at night, and you can hopefully see what I'm talking about, how you can actually still see some color, like the grass still shows up green and things like that. You can see the markings in the road, so it just gives you a better picture. And let's see if I can switch to the front so you can see that. And so there is the camera recording the front, so you're seeing what I see. But the cool thing is both cameras are recording at the same time. So if I needed this footage due to an accident or something like that, I could easily grab it off the memory card. So super neat. Also, if you want to see both cameras, you do have that option if you wanted to see what's behind you and in front of you at the same time. It's just so cool, guys. At stoplights, you can see everything that's going on. You know, from a security standpoint, you can see people walking around your vehicle. I feel like I'm going on and on about it, but I think every car, every vehicle should have this. From the factory, I think it should be made this way. And like I said, this camera's not actually a backup cam. but you can see that while I'm backing into my driveway, it is definitely very useful to keep me from hitting my baby. I want to show you the clarity of this camera at night. As you can see in front of me, it's very dark. It's about 5:36 in the morning. But look, you can even see the stains on the highway in this camera. You can see the oil spills, you can see all that stuff. So very, very good nighttime quality. Guys, check this out. This is something really cool that the camera does. It turns your security mode into like a time lapse. So you get a really cool picture of what's going on. So let's see if I can find, let's go back here. Let's look at some daylight. So yeah, you can see cars leaving. So yeah, it turns it into like a 1 minute long time lapse. It's just super cool. This is definitely the only camera I've ever seen that does that. And I just wanted to show you what the nighttime time lapse. You can see that it still does full color. Very, very impressed with the functions and the ease of hooking this camera up. So I'm watching the time lapse while I was sitting in the gym, and it's so neat because you can see like you'll be able to see cars going by from traffic. So it's a super neat way to see what's happened while you were parked. So I have been using this mirror now for a couple of weeks, and I just gotta say, this is definitely the best version of this kind of mirror that I've had so far, as far as being able to hook it up into my OBD2. But here's what I'm gonna show you that is just super cool. So you can see it's recording right now. I'm gonna go to home.
Because there's one scientist who...
I'm gonna go into File Explorer. And I have been at the airport for about a week. And so I just want to show you these time-lapse videos are awesome. It'll do like 1 minute time-lapse videos. So you'll be able to like scan through it and, you know, see traffic. Of course, I don't expect them to be, you know, a whole lot of activity because it's been in a parking garage. But I just think it's so cool that it does these time lapses while your vehicle is parked. So if something did happen to your car, you could watch these time lapses and, you know, see if people were near you. It's just super, super cool. And you can see this camera quality is impeccable in this parking garage. So yeah, I could see cars going by in the background back there. So super neat feature. The night vision on this camera is fantastic. Like I said, we've used about 7 of these cameras now, and this is by far the best version of this that I've seen, simply because of that OBD2 connection and the camera quality. The full color night vision is great, and then this time lapse function that just monitors your vehicle for security. So all right, that's about it. So this is the Pelsee P12 Pro Max, and it is miles above the previous version with the same name. So definitely check out this new version with the OBD2 connection. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.